Hopefully it will not die this time. It is kind of like raining and stuff out here, but hopefully it'll be okay. So let me try to restart this whole thing. So today we're going to talk about Billy Childish, who is a prolific English musician who's recorded over 100 albums. And he's also a painter and he does other stuff too. So look at the Wikipedia page. Billy Childish. Billy Childish is an English painter, author, poet, photographer, filmmaker, singer, and guitarist. Since the late 1970s, Childish has been prolific in creating music, writing, and visual arts. He has led and played in bands including the Pop Rivets, the Milkshakes, the Headcoats, and the Musicians of the British Empire, primarily working in the genres of garage rock, punk, and surf, and releasing more than 100 albums. Yeah, hopefully, Farson. Whenever it storms, whenever it's raining, my internet just does not want to work for some reason. He's a constant advocate for amateurism and free emotional expression. Childish co-founded the Stuckism art movement with Charles Thompson in 1999, which he left in 2001. Since then, the new evaluation of Childish's standing in the art world has been underway, culminating with the publications of a critical study of Childish's working practice and by the artist-writer Neil Brown, with an introduction by Peter Doige, which describes Childish as one of the most outstanding and often misunderstood figures on the British art scene. He is a visiting lecturer at the Rochester Independent College. In July 2014, Childish was awarded an honorary Doctor of Arts degree from the University of Kent. Alright, pretty cool. Absolutely. Also a mustache enthusiast. He is known for his explicit and prolific work, which he's detailed his love life and childhood sexual abuse, notably in his early poetry and the novels My Fault, 1996, Notebooks of a Naked Youth, 1997, Sex Crimes of the Future, 2004, The Idiocy of Ideas, 2007, and in several of his songs, notably the instrumental Pedophile, 1992, featuring a photograph of the man who sexually abused him on the front cover, and Every Bit of Me, 1993. From 1981 until 1987, Childish had a relationship with Tracy Ehrman. Oh, absolutely love Avatar. 30 years after Childish's first musical release with The Milkshakes and The Mighty Caesars, a crop of lo-fi surf rock and punk groups with psychedelic subtext has surfaced, referencing the aesthetic established by Childish in both their band names and in various aspects of their sonic aesthetic. The OCs, the Open Sex, the Tsunamis, the Dang Dangs, and many others. Let me scroll down and look at some of his pictures. They look a lot like this guy that I know. I have a friend whose art looks so much like this. I like the thick, like, layered on, like, paint. There he is being a punk. Alright. And so here is a interview with him from, like, back in the 90s.
But there's someone I'd like you to meet because he's far from average. It's artist and writer Billy Childish. If you haven't heard of him, America and Japan has. And it's a hat.
Ah, Miss Alcock.
How are you doing?
What a surprise.
I've just...
And in this old one, he looks... I don't know, he looks like some guy that would be just in, like, some British TV show. Like, maybe in, like, Garth Marenghi's Dark Place or something.
Described you as an artist and writer. Does that irritate you that people kind of categorize you?
No, it's unusual.
How would you describe yourself?
Yeah, there's the picture of Geronimo. He likes cool stuff, so he's like, yeah, Geronimo's cool, I'm gonna get a picture of him.
Old and lovely.
What do you feel that you are?
Me? What do I feel I am? A lot of the time I don't feel like I'm anything. And then sometimes if it's really good, I feel like I'm me.
But just being really patronising.
And then there's that cool skull. Maybe it's Geronimo's skull. Isn't that like a mythos of the skull and bones that they dug up Geronimo's skull? Maybe he's the one who has it now. And that's why he has that poster of Geronimo hanging on his wall.
So you do come across as one of these wonderful people that has really made the most of it.
Hell yeah, Dee Dee McJagger.
I mean, because you're great.
And then, originally we talked about selling skulls, and whenever it crashed, I went and got the book. So I'm in this book. Here's a skulls book. Yeah, you can sell skulls. I'm gonna, cover up my name and shit in it, but, yep, there you go. Can you see it? Oh. Yeah, there's some of the skulls that I had. Oh, absolutely, Farson. Yeah, Charles Bronson. He's so cool.
Great poet. Your paintings are fantastic. And you're a musician as well. That's not the easiest thing to do in England, yet alone Medway.
Well, I don't know. It's I just carried on doing painting when I was a kid. And then I started doing music when I found out about punk rock.
But
and then I sort of started writing as well, and I just do it all because it's a way of entertaining yourself.
How do the locals take to you?
They've been all right up until now. They'll probably throw stones at me after this.
No. But it's unusual that, because you have somewhat of an international name, why do you want to be here?
It's where I come from. And I can't think of anywhere else to be.
But you were born here and you worked in the dockyards, didn't you?
Yeah.
Is that...
And then he's got a bunch of cool stuff. I like all of his stuff.
Yeah, when I was
Oh, yeah, he's got a messy house, but, I expect nothing less from, a crazy artist.
apprentice stonemason when I left school, about 16.
And is that the roots of your inspiration in everything you do?
No, it's just that I should think my inspiration would have been probably Vincent van Gogh when I was about 14, 12 or 14.
I don't know, maybe let me try to count it up. Maybe 4 or 5 years, I had an oddity shop. So, I collected oddities way longer than that. And I used to just sell at flea markets and stuff. But I had a shop for about 4 or 5 years. But I just can't deal with people. I just don't want to deal with customers. They're so annoying. So, I'm just I'm not going to do that anymore.
Ian, and he, somebody who did what he wanted to do. I couldn't read. And my mother read me Lust for Life when I was about 12 or so. And I said, oh, that's what I'm going to do. And she said, your brother's not going to support you. And I said, oh, well, I can go on the dole and do it then.
Hey, Donna Shore.
So I did.
And where did Billy Childish, the musician, start?
Oh, in 1977.
Hell yeah, Larvitar. It's both sick in the fact, sick like a kickflip, and sick oh, dude, you're selling dead people? That's pretty sick. It's sick in both ways, and I completely understand.
In a punk rock group called the Pop Rivets.
And did the Medways kind of help your career at all? Were there many venues to play
There
at?
were then, yeah. We played good places to play up until about 10 years ago. It's just that gradually the city centres become more and more deserted, and the little clubs where you can play close down, and the council are meanwhile promoting Euro food festivals.
What are your great dislikes about commercialism?
They try to take the power from you rather than empower you, so the only way to become empowered is to find things you can do for yourself.
He's super punk. He might be a little bit more punk than G.G. Allen. G.G. Allen's all just being rock and roll, I'm rock and roll, blah. And this guy's just I'm not going to do anything that you want me to do. I'm going to do whatever I want. I mean, it's the same kind of mentality. One's just more of a spectacle, and he's more reserved, keeping to himself.
If you if you seek their patronage, they take over the whole caboodle.
Have you been successful?
In that respect, yes.
Well, thank you, Billy. Thank you for talking
pleasure.
to me. And we're now
yeah.
going to join Simon Fanshawe, who's on his bike.
Alright. And then this one is probably one of the more modern documentaries or interviews that they've done with him. Oh my god! It like wanted to cut off again there, but like I think it like came through. Hell yeah, SH.
Through your life and who you are, it should lead to some.
I just pretty much put it on the side when I don't feel like it getting in my face. And I'm like, oh man, I'm just too lazy to do anything else. I'm just gonna like put it on the side, keep it from my face.
Sort of emotional or spiritual growth, otherwise why bother having it? Because I mean, a lot of it's very boring anyways. But I'm actually really interested in sound, I'm really interested in colour, I'm really interested
Hell yeah,
in
Donna,
it
sure.
is, and doing it the way I want it to be and how it needs to be.
Hell yeah, not a boomer. Thanks for hanging out.
A to Z of your heart. You said we'd never have to part.
Okay, another little point I want to make is he is really good at like blues and like outlaw country.
Jordan Thruxton subscribed for more madness. Alien.
Thank you, Jordan. Thank you, I appreciate that. But yeah, he puts American blues and like outlaw country artists to shame because he's better than them and he's British. It's really funny.
This is Billy Childish, poet, painter, singer, dreamer, the most wildly creative and yet underappreciated of British artists. His friend, the great painter Peter Doig, described him as one of the most outstanding and often misunderstood figures.
Hell yeah,
in the British
Mr.
art
Bones.
scene.
That's what's up. Thanks for hanging out.
A picture of a chap with a hat on.
Who is that chap?
It doesn't matter, it's Universal Man.
Now 50, Billy's a cult figure with some passionate and famous fans. The White Stripes cite him as a musical influence, and Johnny Depp collects his paintings.
John Derp. John Derp carries his paint, collects his paintings, but the White Stripes. So Billy Childish recorded an album with Holly Golightly in 1999 called In Blood, and then the White Stripes got Holly Golightly to be on the song We Love One Another. So that's an obvious direct, like, ooh, we want to be like Billy Childish, let's get Holly Golightly to be on our song.
But what really makes Billy tick? I've come to spend the day in Kent.
Absolutely,
get beneath
Mr. Bones.
the surface of Britain's biggest art enigma. You've got these sort of incredible waves of creativity coming out of you. You know, you're sort of in a band, you're doing poetry, you're writing poetry, you're painting, you know.
People would say an indecent amount of painting, indecent amount of records, indecent amount. And if I do that, it must be no quality control. That's not
Indecent
actually
amount.
true. I have a lot of quality control. I am Billy Childish, ex-drunk and compulsive masturbator.
Coomer!
Late night vomiter of good liquor.
Hell yeah, Lavatar.
Kisser of purple-lipped women. Writer of poems celebrating the emptiness of my love. Poems hungering for the moment of my passion, wishing it could always be so, to never let my cock fall. I'm Billy Childish, ex-strong man and two-bit lover, late night namer of names, corrupter of the literate, writer of poems that dare to dream to pass down the centuries and touch the hearts of the yet-to-be born.
I like him because he's not pretentious, you know? He's an artist, he's a poet. Poetry is like some of the most pretentious stuff you could ever do. But dude's just being real with it for the most part, you know? He's just like, whatever, I'm just making a bunch of shit, man. I'm just making a bunch of shit.
Wishing to hold them to my arms and kiss them all. I'm Billy Childish, ex-poet and failed.
Damn excited. That sucks. I wonder who, like, did it. One of his, or what was it actually being shown that got it taken down? Because I know he definitely has a couple, like, goobers flagging stuff. Hell, it might even been, like, Full Metal Kendo. He's been on, like, a weird little tirade recently, being like, meh, 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 meh.
Suicide, late night vomiter of truth and lies,
kisser of the asses of girls like the stars of God, writer of poems to lick the thighs of the dead, for ex-lovers to denounce and teachers to hate, wishing to paint my life and to never let my voice quieten.
At 16, Billy started work as a stonemason in Chatham dockyard. Eventually,
Oh, stonemason! And then he's got that Geronimo and that skull. Maybe he is in the Skull and Bones.
getting into St Martin's College in London on the basis of his drawings. But ever the outsider, he never felt at home in art school.
I was there for about a year and a half. That's when I met Peter. And he was my only sort of friend, really, at St Martin's. I didn't spend much time there. I was usually touring and playing, and I refused to paint in the college again. So eventually I got expelled for, they said my poetry was obscene, and there's a little, there's a few things that were going on. I really antagonised the head of St Martin's, basically, and he said he didn't want me in his college anymore. What's unusual about me is I do a lot of things.
That's funny. He was antagonizing the, like, dean or something. I don't know. Do they call him deans in Europe or England? He said the head, but, you know, they antagonizing him.
And it's not very mediated, and I don't ask people's permission.
There is a man with wheels, it said, who has the use of
Exactly, SH. I mean, if you're gonna write poetry, might as well just make it a song, you know? Just might as well make it a song.
wheels instead of legs. But he can, if he chooses, put his hands in his shoeses and wanderest around on his head.
I have this real interest in Dada, and I really loved it when I was a kid. I mean, I've even got a tattoo by Kurt Schwitters on my left buttock, and I used the name Kurt Schwitters when I was in my late teens.
My left buttock. My left buttock.
That's me in 77 in the garden. That's the Pop Rivets in 78 when we'd given up punk rock.
When we had given up punk rock. Look at them, they're all like well-dressed dudes now. That's pretty funny. They're like, ah, fuck it, we're not gonna be punks anymore.
Look like the Purple Hearts or something. Remember that?
I do remember them, yeah. This is 77, our first show.
Damn, old school Degrassian. The entire channel has been terminated? That sucks. But was it Cyrax, though, you wonder? Or was it, like, one of his simps? That's sad that if there's actually other people who, like, simp for him.
Sex Pistols. Sort of
What's up, Dante?
I think that this like to portray this.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Like, cynical vehicle that they invented, you know. But the problem is that all of us in the provinces, we all believed the lie, and because we believed the lie, it really happened.
Oh, wow. So you were really idealistic about the values of punk and...
That informs every single thing I do.
Right.
Do it yourself. Don't have anyone else telling you what to do. Don't be drugged up. Keep it fun. Do it with your friends.
Oh, God, yeah.
Self-explanatory. It's balaclava.
The Cyrax video game channel, Dante.
Maria gave me this one. This is a First World War tam o'shanter.
Hats. He also likes hats, apparently. He likes his big mustache, and he likes hats.
More of your winter wear, really. Got this one in Montreal when I was doing a play in Montreal. This is from the Mighty Caesars when we used to do touring in France. Actually, Tracy gave me this when she went to Turkey one time a million years ago.
What did you value when you were going out with Tracy? What did you value about Tracy M as an artist?
Well, Tracy wasn't an artist when I met her.
And then this is like a big thing about his story. Like, there's Tracy Urim, or whatever her name is like a pretty famous and popular artist to come out of, like, England. But she just stole everything from him. He dated her, and then she stole, like, all of his, like, concepts, and then became famous because she was a sellout and he wasn't.
In the sense that she didn't, you know, she did say she wanted to be an artist, and she was studying fashion.
What's up, JDX?
And she's very good at actually making things.
Absolutely, Mr. Bones.
She made my mum a dress, and she knitted some mittens for my mum's kittens.
Wait, kitten mittens? That's like a joke, right? Kitten mittens is a joke, but wait, she actually knitted some kittens for his mum's... Oh, he knitted some mittens for his mum's kittens.
My mum a dress, and she knitted some mittens for my mum's kittens. And she helped me by saying...
Oh, hell yeah, JDX.
Readings and gigs
Pretty much, Joe. Just steals everything. And here's part of his movie. Here's part of his movie with her.
Let me turn around to pick up the broken glass.
Come into the kitchen. I want to go for a piss.
There's a toilet upstairs, you know, Ian.
Fine, carry me upstairs then. Get up, horsey! Whoa, horsey. Whoa, whore.
Don't call me a whore, Ian.
Don't tell me what to say.
To be brutally honest, I mean, she didn't learn. Like, I didn't teach her, she just copied me. You know, and that's considered really. That means I must be really angry and hate her and bitter. But I can't help it. That is the truth. If I could find another way of saying it, it was nicer. But I mean, I thought she was really good at it, and the work was good, and I liked it, and I thought, you know.
Right, Dante? I mean, it's buddy. That's what happens. That's what happens. They mutate. The buddy trolls mutate into actual buddies. Because they never troll. They never do anything to troll them.
Nobody else did, and everyone slated her for it. When Tracy stopped talking to me in 1989, she told me that no one would never, ever know the truth of those things. And and she told me she'd have me sued and all sorts of things. There's plenty of room for Tracy, there's plenty of room for Damien Hirst. I think they're over-elevated, and it actually often damages the person and reduces the person.
It's all very well for Billy to rant against fame, success and the commodification of art, but what's he got to offer? I've heard he can knock off a painting in an afternoon in his studio, so I want to see if what he produces there is actually any good.
So why do you have a studio in your mother's house?
Well, I used to not have somewhere I lived, so I didn't have much space. And I also was very used to sort of travel.
Well, I used to not have any place to live, so actually I was painting at my mom's house. Like how matter of fact that is.
To work, because that means I know what I'm doing. And I only work on one day, so then it's not inconvenient, and you're visiting someone anyway, and you haven't got a phone, and you're not doing anything else.
I live my life badly, did things I shouldn't have done.
These are 1911 Royal Flying Corps overalls.
I spent my love badly, then handed you the gun. I live without tomorrow, damn myself to this past. I live without tomorrow, damn myself to this.
Today I'm going.
That's what I'm talking about him being like really good at like bluesy outlaw country, like country punk sounding shit. Like that's really cool. That sounded really cool. But, you know, he's putting Americans to shame with that.
I'm going to do some work. I've been doing these paintings of Walser from photographs.
Hell yeah, JDX.
A writer I really like. He used to go on his walks when he was in the asylum on Christmas Day in the 50s, early 50s. He went out for a walk and he dropped dead of a heart attack. This photograph of him lying out in the snow, various police photographs, which I really liked.
I mean, what are you now, 50? Wouldn't you prefer to have had a sort of retrospective of Tate Britain and rather than...
Yeah, I know, JDX, is what I'm saying.
...world outsider?
I don't know.
Yeah, the harmonica's cool as shit.
Things, you see, it's like...
Hell yeah, Tyler.
outside
Thank you, that's what's up.
More, you can feel much more awake. My work is much more difficult. And I couldn't make it not more difficult because I don't do the work as a production. I'm painting when I'm painting. Well, there's a feeling in this world that causes unrest. Your ambition.
What's up, meat man? It's Billy Childish. He's a British punk musician who like just kind of started playing like blues and stuff, just doing whatever he wanted to more so after like the end of the 70s punk era.
And success is what I detest. I try to be true, I'm trying my best. I'm not seduced by your cheap love, hatred's a mess. Oh, you made me die. TV's videos, money and vice will get you crawling on the floor like a sucking lice. You swallow seed before you take advice. Or someone should have told you, girl, that ain't very nice. Oh, you made me die.
heard all your gala say, I heard it in school, about your soft soap sex and your sickly drool. You only care for yourself, like all the rest. You love your filthy God and think you're the best. Whoa, you made me die. Whoa, you made me die.
I'm not sure that Billy is the world's greatest painter, guitarist, singer or poet, but none of that really matters. I've come away feeling touched by the way this particular artist leads his life, how he's kept control of his work, and how he integrates all his creative output. Of course, Billy could have been an art world star like Tracy or Damien, but that's just not what interests him. So do you consider yourself
What's
an
up, high
amateur
strangeness?
Amateur, the meaning of amateur is to do something for the love of it.
Yeah.
And of course I'm not really an amateur, but it's a way of you having a lightness of touch by describing yourself as an amateur. Amateurs are the ones who make the real breakthroughs. So really, you said they're the heroes, and I'm much more interested in being a hero than a professional.
Yeah.
It's my romantic nature.
Hell yeah. So here is footage of the very first concert from the Pop Rivets, 1978 or 1977. I like that their name, or like, I don't even know. I feel like, I don't know why it says Gash behind it, but it's funny. It's like making fun of like Clash a little bit with like just Gash. There's a big banner behind them. Hell yeah, JDX. Oh hell yeah, Meat Man. Most everything gets me like the yellow stuff, or like the yellow like money sign. Like, oh, we don't want to put ads on that. Hell yeah, JDX. Hell yeah, Dante. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Not many people have heard of him. I don't know why. He seems like, you know, pretty cool. He's like a pretty cool, like, old punk musician. People seem to love, like, Sex Pistols and stuff like that, like old 70s British punk, but I don't know, they just, like, skip over him. Hell yeah, Meat Man. Hell yeah, Bo, that's what's up. Hell yeah. Smoko? I don't know. I don't think so. I'll have to look that up, though. That sounds pretty cool. LTD. Put that LTD at the end of it with an arrow. Nice.
You have to look.
Oh, shit. Did I skip it all the way back? Nah. Alright, so here's like another like documentary we can watch a little bit of. But this one has like commercials in it, like old ass like English commercials, which are pretty interesting.
Walking in second-hand shoes, searching for God and hearing God and hating God. I'm a
The chats? Hell yeah.
desperate man with fear. I'm a desperate man who demands to be listened to, who demands to connect. I'm a desperate man who denounces the dullness of money and status. I'm a desperate man who will not bow down to accolade or success. I'm a desperate man who loves the simplicity of painting and hates galleries and white walls and the dealers in art, who loves unreasonableness and hot-headedness, who loves contradiction, hates publishing houses, and also I am Vincent van Gogh, Hiroshige, and every living, breathing artist who dares to draw God on this planet.
Wait, did he say Vincent van Gogh? I don't know. I don't think he said Vincent van Gogh. I think he said Gogh. But it sounded like he said Vincent van Gogh.
And every living, breathing artist who dares to draw God on this planet. Hates publishing houses, and also I am Vincent van Gogh, Hiroshige, and every living, breathing artist.
Vincent van Gogh. Cobra should go into like a art phase and start painting and call himself Vincent van Gogh.
Who dares to draw God on this planet.
What's up, Mr. Sacco? Hell yeah, Meat Man.
Billy Childish has released over 100 albums and been in half a dozen bands.
Alex, my internet was being weird because it was storming, and sometimes whenever it's like raining real hard, my internet just wants to cut out, and that's what happened last one. So I just had to like start it over.
Current lineup is the Buff Medways.
Hell yeah,
He's
Dante.
painted over 1,500 paintings and published more than 30 collections of poetry via Hangman Books, his own press. He's turning his autobiographical novel, My Fault, into a screenplay for the celebrated American filmmaker Larry Clark. Billy was born in 1959 in Chatham, Kent, and still lives there, just about making a living. For 25 years he's been going to the same hairdressers, Under the Bogs as it's known locally.
I like they said, just about makes a living. Well, like, that's all he's ever done is just, like, made his music and sold his art and shit. He just about makes a living doing it. Shit, a penny farthing? He totally needs a damn penny farthing. He'd be perfect for it.
I mean, I paint on Sundays, so it's a good joke, I suppose.
Yeah, Alex, whenever it starts raining and storming, it'll just, like, be real hard. For, like, I don't know, however long. Sometimes it'll be stopping. It gets kind of monsoony sometimes. Whenever it's, like, you know, spring and fall, it gets a little monsoony here.
Especially since it's a true joke. But that's what I do. I paint on Sundays at my mum's in Whitstable.
Bike path. He got blind billied. He got blind Billied, and that's what made him an artist. Let's see here. We go back to this Wikipedia. Here it is. He has a song called Pedophile, featuring a photograph of the man who abused him on the front cover. So yeah, he got blind Billied. It's so bad, it's so sad that people named Billy happen to get, like, blind Billied, but that's what happened to him. But instead of, you know, being like a professional victim about it, he was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna make some art and shit. Vixter, apparently it did.
My mum's lived here for about 12 years or so, and we always used to come in when we were kids. I used to paint for 4 or 5 weeks solid every summer, up until my early 20s. And then I had to change that, and I worked out I'd paint every week.
Pretty much bike path.
I had to go somewhere to paint, because I've got to go somewhere else.
Hell yeah, Mr. Balls.
So I come here and paint on 1 day a week. I'll go to work if you like. Sometimes I come back and she's cleared all the stuff off and moved everything about, because this is my mum's front room, you know, front bedroom. A lot of my painting is just keeping my hand in, so I never bother waiting for ideas. That would be a waste of time. Ideas aren't anything to do with it. The material's all there, you just
hell yeah,
got
Mr. Sacco.
The idea is painting.
The internet around here is like a monopoly. The only thing you can get around here is Spectrum, unless you bought like a Starlink or something like that. So yeah, it's just a big old monopoly here.
Not having ideas about painting. I mean, you've got the world.
Absolutely bike path.
My mum and Juju and Kira and Huddy, and I paint the people and the world around me. In many ways, I sort of like to look on myself as amateur in everything I do. The amateur does things for love and belief.
Damn, that dude was cool.
The amateur.
Look at that guy. He's feeling it. That dude's feeling it. He's like, yes, this is my favorite concert.
In everything I do. The amateur does things for love and belief, not for the mortgage. I don't do things.
Mr. Sacco, you know William Gloryhole is just like Chance's brother name, essentially. Like Will, Bill, you know? That's so weird that his brother was named Bill, Will, William, something like that. And he also, like, you know, done it to blind Billy. A lot of Bills.
So I don't want to do.
I like the way the music's developed. It started off with something quite basic, but now it's sort of something like it's still basic, but it's just...
Isn't that dude me? Yeah, probably Bike Path. That's the only reason I wanted to watch it, is because I, like, went to his concert back then and, like, got film shaking around.
Got, sort of, I don't know, it's just got some sort of expert in its basicness.
Most people can't do it in their 42 because they're trying to do it on drugs or alcohol, or they're trying to do it as a career. I don't do it as a career. I don't do it as drugs and alcohol, and I only play when I want to play. The energy I use is the same as when I used to mime in front of the mirror with my toy Beatles guitar. Well, aren't you going to give us a hand?
You managed to pull it by yourself?
Here's some more of that movie that he made.
Doesn't have casters. Tracy Emin, my girlfriend in the 80s, was complaining that my paintings...
Jamie, I'm sure that there's a monopoly there too for Spectrum. They have like so many monopolies in certain areas where like that's all you can get. There's nothing else around.
My writing and my music was stuck, and that I was stuck as an individual. What if I damage your sofa? But the main reason being that I didn't want to go to sort of like contemporary art galleries and watch people take cocaine, really. was the reason I was stuck, because I wouldn't agree with a world view that was cool.
Oh, funny.
And Charles latched onto it as a good title for a group of painters.
Stuckism is an art group that Sir Billy Childish and myself founded in 1999.
Well, there's a feeling in this world.
Hell yeah,
that
Bo.
causes unrest. Your ambition and success is what I detest.
It's to advocate contemporary figurative painting and oppose the dominance of conceptual art. We think the main flaw with conceptual art is it doesn't really have any decent concepts to it at all. Billy left the Stuckist group last June. I think the final straw came when we all had to walk down the road holding paintings above our head for some press photographer. And that isn't Billy's style. It's not Chatham cool to walk down the road holding a painting above your head.
That's so funny. They're like, okay, we're gonna do like some sort of like photo promotion shot for our like art group. Everybody hold your painting up above your head, walk down the street, and dude's just like, fuck that, that's stupid, I'm not doing it, I'm out of the club. Nice.
That's why I'm not in the group. I don't like his style. And I don't like the Stuckists.
So you're not a Stuckist?
No, well, there's nobody in the Stuckists apart from Charles who's in the Stuckists for any other reasons. Then it's easy because they think someone might sort out an exhibition, so it's not done through belief. If it's not done through belief, I can't be in it.
Damn, he just burned all of them. Just like, yeah, they're in it because it's easy, because someone might like seek them out to have an exposition or whatever.
Oh, you made me die. There you are.
Hell yeah, Mr. Sacco.
That's a copy of the first album. That's a pop release in '77. That's our first show. That's young me. I learned to play guitar in a punk rock group playing a Bo Diddley rhythm. You know, and I sort of like taught myself to paint by looking at Van Gogh paintings and Munch paintings. I mean, what's the point of changing? Yeah?
Van Gogh. He's saying Van Gogh. Van Gogh. Not Van Gogh. He's saying Van Gogh. That's why I said like Van Gogh.
You know, like you just sort of like, you move in and out. You know,
hell yeah,
like
Mr.
Sacco. I
Sacco.
tighten everything up, and then I break it down again. You know, you got Van Gogh and people, they don't worry about originality. Break it down again. You know, you got Van Gogh and
He said it again, Van Gogh. Oh, Van Gogh. Is that like how all British people say it?
people, they don't worry about originality. What they worry about is doing what they do and copying to learn. My local art school wouldn't look at my work even because I'm unqualified. So I ended up only being able to go to the dockyard. And I just did 600 drawings or so, you know, filled in sketchbooks of the people I was working with.
What was that a picture of? A butt? Is that a butt?
The people I was working with. Everything was based on the dockyard in Chatham. Or was. Now it's just based on shopping for cheap rubbish. Where are we? This is under the bogs, the barbers at Chatham. That's what we call it.
I've never seen anywhere else like it.
Well, no, I suppose not. You know, it doesn't seem strange to me because I've always come here. Old Fred was one of the barbers here and he used to be a painter. I mean, he just obviously saw things that he liked and painted them, you know, enjoyed painting. You know, this is one of...
This is like a documentary that came out way before the other one, and he's going to the same barbershop. I guess he likes his barber, you know? He's like, found a good barber. He's like, I'm gonna stay with you for my entire life.
The only cultural spaces left in Chatham. I went to St Martin's to be with all of my brothers and sisters who believed, and I'd escaped from the dockyard and all the working class oiks I'd gone to school with, who didn't understand these things and weren't sensitive and weren't interested in art, and I went to meet all of the people who where I naturally belong, and walked in there on the first day and realised I was slightly mistaken.
I first met Billy in 1980 at St. Martin's. Billy's got a big thing about art school, and maybe not sort of fitting in. I think he liked dropping in, but he wasn't there, as it were. He was in a band then, the Milkshakes. Seemed to have other sort of much more interesting things going on elsewhere.
I had to leave. I just couldn't stand it. They painted big abstract expressionist pictures and didn't, well, it wasn't anything to do with what I was interested in at all.
Big abstract expressionist pictures.
Welcome, the night watchman, the floor polisher, the dole queue boy, and the policeman in the rain. Welcome, the salesman who never sells, the dentist who hates teeth, the docker without a dock, and the robber of car hubcaps.
Hell yeah, Alex. That's what's up. He's like a proper British gentleman, you know? Like, yeah. Like, he's not like a nanny state pansy. No offense to, you know, all my British friends, but, you know. He's like a right proper English gentleman.
Welcome, lovers who cannot love. Liquors of bright green ice lollies, motherless children, and the smashers.
No, Alex, he didn't do anything bad. Something bad happened to him. Yeah. I'll like click on this again. If you can read it. He got blind Billied himself. And you know, he might be a little edgy. He might have made some like really, you know, edgy movies and stuff.
Of car wing mirrors. Welcome acne, toothache, kebab shop owners, used car salesmen, and buyers of second-hand fridges. Welcome the sailor from a faraway. I don't think artists are special. I don't believe in special people. No, in truth, you see, we're all special, none of us are special. There isn't any hierarchy of specialness in the world.
Ohio Melonheads? What's up, Chester? I never ever check my email and I never get notifications, so I'm sorry about that. But the Ohio Melonheads, I'll totally check that out. What is that? Yeah, Lavatar, absolutely.
Yeah. Who's the man?
I think it's me. It's over the River Medway, and the cherry blossoms on Jackson's Field. So Chatham would be down here. Which one's the yours?
The avenue of trees, the chap carrying the water.
The avenue of trees, I do an avenue of trees a lot. I like avenues of trees, yeah, I'm always painting them. The vines, I do that.
Some people think that is vines.
Gotta get inside that boy's mind.
Where's the vines?
It's in Rochester. I suppose it's like got like that feeling like there's some monk pictures with a little road, and there's Van Gogh pictures with little roads. There's always these little roads things. There's this little sketch of it over here. Well, it's not really a sketch, it's just a thing I knocked up.
Hell yeah, Chester.
This is an imagination. Honey's coming up. Hello.
I got my jigsaw puzzle.
You've got your jigsaw, what have you got?
Oh, are we gonna get to watch the commercials? Here we go.
It was a simple plan. A plan to save people money by...
See, I'm very unfamiliar with British commercials, so this is like a treat to be like, huh, I wonder what their commercials are like.
Making their finances work together. It meant
hell yeah, Chester, I'll definitely check it out.
Their mortgage by around 5 years, while others could save £600 a year. And if everyone had Open Plan, the whole country would be billions better off. Open Plan from Barclays.
Enjoy the 14-day sale. Now save an incredible £600 on this elegant three-seater sofa. Just one of the amazing deals in Court's 14-day sale.
If you're like me, you hate having your teeth out for long. Real cleaning doesn't come much quicker than this baby. With Steridon's 3 minutes.
So, in England, do they ever have, like, Americans doing commercials? Like, someone with an American accent doing the commercial? Because in America, sometimes we have people with British accents doing our commercials. I wonder if it works both ways, or if they're just like, fuck that, we don't want to hear no, like, gangly-ass American talk.
Active oxygen bubbles go everywhere, cleaning more effectively than any toothbrush. 3 minutes of powerful antibacterial activity, and my teeth feel spotless. Oh, yes. Sorry, mustache. Got to catch the morning canoes. Steridon 3 minutes. Get your teeth into life.
What's up, Tar Man?
Now,
What's up, Bronx Beats?
You can collect nectar points everywhere.
This is a weird one.
Collect nectar everywhere.
This is weird.
Sooner with Barclay.
I mean, we got weird-ass commercials, too. But, yeah. Hummingbird people? Alright. What the hell? That doesn't look like anywhere in the United Kingdom. They go film this in, like, the desert in America? I know, that's what I'm saying, Chester, yeah. Americans use the British accents in commercials to convey trust because Americans trust British people for some reason. Oh, okay, yes, I guess they're smart. They have an accent, I guess they're smart. But I'm sure if, like, there was an American trying to do something on a British commercial, they would just, like, make fun of them, thinking that they were dumb. I mean, we are pretty dumb.
Enjoy every curve.
Millions of women like us have bladder weakness. With Poise pads, we carry on as normal because Poise are so slim, so discreet, and unlike towels, they're specifically designed for bladder weakness. So the super absorbent core locks liquid in, so you stay dry and feel fresh and confident with Poise pads. Look for Poise.
They say unlike towels? I'm sure that means something else, but towels?
Trial offers now at most Boots and other leading stores.
How's yours? Really tasty. Crusty roll. Hey Stu, look. 28-inch nightcap, video, a DVD. All that for 800 quid. That's good, isn't it? No, it's not actually.
Shout 28-inch TV package for under £650. That's Comet Sense.
What do you have in your sandwich? I'd egg.
With summer-filled mega deals, buy finished Powerball 3-in-1 tablets for half price.
Spiral, like a wheel within a wheel, never ending or beginning, on a never spinning wheel, like a snowball down a mountain, on a carnival balloon, like a carousel is running rings around the moon. When you knew that it was over, were you suddenly aware that the autumn leaves were turning to the color of her hair?
Like that one, I have no clue what they were selling just there. That was like a miniature music video. What was that one even selling? Leaves?
A to Z.
Sunday isn't just for painting. It's a family day for Billy, his second wife, Julie.
George Clooney or Brad Pitt. I thought that they got them to do like commercials in Japan and stuff.
Kira, his ex-girlfriend, and their son, Huddy.
Your fingertips.
Diapers, yeah. They're diapers.
It would not be possible to have them separate from one.
Maybe ruggedness.
You know, it's like a bit of a...
Maybe like for like some tobacco or something. Like, yeah, if you want to smoke like a real man, smoke an American cigarettes. Only 12 pounds. I don't know how much the money is there. 12 pounds? That seems like a lot.
Package deal, isn't it? I do my painting, I do my writing, and there's not a great separation.
What's up,
To the
Contos?
extent that it can drive girlfriends mad. You awake? That's a painting from the early 80s.
And this would be me and Kira in bed, and this would be me, Sheila and Tracy. I was going out with Tracy, but I married Sheila.
Why was that?
I got on very well with Sheila as a sort of like friend and person I could talk to, and I didn't with Tracy.
I want to go to sleep.
Doesn't bother me.
That must have been
I want to go to sleep. Doesn't bother me. Goddamn nice.
Person I could talk to, and I didn't with Tracy.
I want to go to sleep.
Doesn't bother me.
That must have been a shock for Tracy that she was your girlfriend and you went off and married Sheila.
Yeah, well, I didn't tell her, you see, because I always
Hell yeah,
told her
Light
the
Grove.
truth and was very clear about that, which I thought meant I gave me.
What's up,
license
Doc Holiday?
to do what I liked, which was another very adolescent attitude.
We're just watching this thing about Billy Childish. He's just a crazy musician, artist guy from England, who's just, I don't know, he's just like taking the DIY punk rock stuff all the way to his grave, essentially.
Tracy didn't like what I used to write about on my paintings. She didn't like this sort of like confessional stuff of my work.
I really like Tracy, but she only got into the painting through Billy. You know, she's got right to the top.
Yes,
She's very
yes,
sort of-
Mr. Sacco
she's
has
got
it. That's
a good
exactly what it is.
Actually, yeah.
Where's your phone?
You still like things like that, or?
I do a bit of everything. I do portraits of family and friends, and then then make something out, something that's in my head anyway.
Yeah,
I've got a mixture of both.
Yeah, mine's just straight off the top of my head, and then.
You see, I really wanted to find that movie that they keep showing the clips from, where he's like, you know, like being like really like an abusive dude in it to the woman, but I can't find it on YouTube, and so I just have to like watch for it throughout these documentaries.
Stick it down on paper, if it works, it works.
I met Kira when she was about 15 when we were playing in Brussels with the milkshakes, and then a couple of years later she came to live in England.
What's up, Salty Wizard? He's from Chatham. How do I say it? Chatham? Let me look at it one more time. Chatham. C-H-A-T-H-A-M. Chatham.
About 12 years. The last time we slept together, Huddy decided that that would be a good time to come into the world.
Appreciate your content, good sir.
Thank you, Light Grove. I appreciate you hanging out and watching this stuff. I know Billy Childish isn't really necessarily as crazy as some of the other people, but you know, I actually like him as like a musician and stuff, so it's the music month, so I'm gonna profile multiple people, not just crazy, insane people. He's a little crazy, you know, he's a little crazy, but he's not like some of the other ones.
Here's one of Huddy having his bath with his mum. It's someone saying hello, isn't it, I suppose? Huddy, in fact. That's,
Hell yeah, Mr. Sacco.
I don't know. I've got a tooth missing. How old am I? 8 or 9 or 10? I've got my flaming spear. This is one of the handmade guns from the early 70s that we made.
I like this too. He's like, this is a handmade gun from the early 70s. Just fucking making his own guns and shit. That's pretty cool.
And they were made them in my dad's garage. We had a few accidents with the firing pin working like a bullet. And, you know, they fire occasionally.
What's up, George Lucas?
When my old man left home, when I was about 6 or 7, there's lots of his paints and brushes, and I used all those, so I started doing oil paints quite early on. Like, if he ever came home, he'd do a fit because we'd ruined his stuff.
You know, he'd been there for 3 years.
Oh yeah, George
Wondered
Lucas.
what had happened to his brushes or something.
Where's the opener? On the training board.
Take my shoes off and take them off now. Get it up, Horsey!
My early work was very graphic and pulled together, and but I think that was.
What's up, Salty Wizard? I'm sure he's drunk.
I know he went to the pub, and when he come here on Sunday, they had to get back to go to the pub whenever, you know. But I didn't know he got drunk every night.
Yeah, you're saying he sounds high. He's probably drunk. They just like started talking about how he was like drunk every night.
I was living out a lot of the things I'd learned off of my father, like having multiple girlfriends, drinking large amounts of whiskey, and pleasing myself. And I'm thankful to John, my father,
Confirmed Coomer yet again, and pleasing myself.
who never really learned a lesson about it. But
What's
I
up, Doc
certainly learned
Holliday?
it from him that it isn't a way to live. And I think that is John's gift to me.
Look at that lady. That lady like waving at someone behind the camera. Like, what's up with that?
Me and my wife went all over town. Everywhere we went, now the people turned us down in a bushfire town.
I came from Chichester after my business went into liquidation about 4 years ago. Well, I spent most of my life being
What's
a
up, the
graphic
fall of
designer,
the 11th?
although I've always been a painter as well.
Absolutely, Doc.
Even when they were very young, I had exhibitions.
Like, he's actually like the thing that Raxo tries to be. Like, I'm an artist, I'm a musician, I write a book, I write poetry. Like, all the stuff that he steals and tries to project that he does, this dude just fucking does it. And he's aware that it's not, like, the best. And he doesn't claim to be the best. He's like, I just fucking do it, man, I don't care.
So it must have had some influence on Billy. A lot of his way of doing things probably come from me. And I tried very hard before I became more separated from my family to encourage them. But I behaved rather badly.
Damn.
At the time.
Fall of the 11th. That would be the best plot twist ever. Damn. It turns out Cyrex is actually Banksy this whole time. It's just a crazy performance piece.
And care and love and attention to them than I should have done. And I spent more and more of my time away from them in London. We were living in Kent at the time. And I possibly drank too much.
Okay.
I travelled a lot. I had all the trappings of success, but I didn't handle it well.
The only time he actually said he loved me was when I was 22 and I beat him up and punched him and he fell down the stairs and was nearly knocked out, and he came around and he said, I still love you. Which I, at that time, thought was a bit late.
I'm not quite sure what his real skill is, apart from, as I say, his writing, particularly in poetry, is, I think, very interesting. I don't know much about his painting.
What's up, Frostmouth? What's up, Shiloh?
Before that, and I had the chance when I beat him up, and I didn't do it.
See, like, that's what I'm saying. He's a little crazy. He was planning on killing his dad, and he had the chance when he beat him up, but he did. He decided not to. But shit, dude's just straight up being like, yeah, I was planning on killing my dad.
I planned killing him before that, and I had the chance when I beat him up, and I didn't do it to sort of finish it. And I realised that enabled me to move on from having very...
Yeah, Frostmouth, that's just how it is. I know how that is too, man.
negative thoughts.
So tell me who's that right? Gonna live later. Who's that
Oh, damn. Ed moved to London.
My friend at school wanted to do Kung Fu because Bruce Lee craze at the time, and he needed someone to go with him, so I went along and I got interested in all the Tai Chi and Taoist stuff when I was about 14.
The Spirit of God in every man resides. Now tell me.
Practiced yoga for the last 10 years or so. I'm very interested in Buddhist and Christian thought, you know, on a humanist level. And I use prayer as well, yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Sacco. His mustache protects him from evil, absolutely. Yeah, planning is not doing, that's the thing, you know. He was like a better person than that. I'm saying, you still gotta be a little, like, you know, a little unhinged. He's obviously a little unhinged making all the art and stuff. But, you know, he didn't go through it. He just beat the shit out of his dad, so, you know.
You've done the Van Gogh chair.
That's a fantastic painting, that chair. When he walked over your roof.
He did indeed.
Hell yeah, Fall. I'll, like, let me type it up real quick, and we'll, like, watch it at the end of it.
This is New Road, under the cherry blossoms. That's the one that runs through Chatham. It's funny actually, because that must be the route old Van Gogh took when he walked to London and ran
Van Gogh took.
But it's not meant to be Van Gogh walking down there today. So I always thought it's quite funny, imagine him walking through Chatham.
I think going to an excess, which Billy did through drinking, sometimes through sex,
Oh, Pico
behaviour with other
Tito, I
people.
should.
It doesn't make you happy.
I forgot all about Tanetta. It's not Tuesday, so I don't only think about Tanetta on Tuesdays. But shit. I should probably like look up and try to figure out some more shit about Tanetta.
You're very unhappy, and unless you're a complete numbskull, you start to think what has gone wrong.
Absolutely, Salty
and it can
Wizard.
take you very deeply into yourself. You reach experiences that people wouldn't.
Tanetta's
normally
music is better than
arrive
Cyrex's
at
too.
if they led a more balanced and ordered life. So the sinner can become the saint.
A bit off the top as well. I met Julie in Seattle, poetry reading and a blues show, and we kept in touch for a couple of years.
Absolutely, Mr. Sacco.
Let's get together.
You want to learn a raisin?
Julie's got black and American Indian blood, and Italian, but also her mum's from Ramsgate.
Hell yeah,
so,
bike path.
You know, who knows? And it's interesting, someone saw this, was in an exhibition, and one person said, oh, you're much prettier than he paints you. And another person saw it and said, you can tell he loves you from that painting. So you see, people see anything they like, really. You have to look and see, rather than
Hell
just,
yeah, Pico.
you know, browse with pictures.
Hell yeah, Frost, man.
You hang the pictures in here, you know, just all piled up.
Yeah, just poke them anywhere.
Yeah.
You can have some more top.
Just blend it in a bit.
Is this nearly finished now?
I think it's finished. Well, you know, finished for the time being, till I had another thought about it. As far as making a career out of anything, I do too much work, you know. I don't have an agent and I don't have a gallery or anything.
Absolutely, Mr.
That's because
Psycho.
I think I don't want them, but I do want them. But I want ones who understand what I do and believe in what I believe. And I don't see myself as some sort of a weird nut. I see myself doing what's necessary. You know, I think no, I don't think I'm an outsider. And if I am, I don't deserve to be.
The art show's back next Saturday at the earlier time of 8:30. And if you fancy being an artist, find out more at channel4.com/ideasfactory. Coming up next, do you fancy Hugh Grant?
All right. So that was, I don't know when that one came out. Looking by like that TV they were showing, maybe like 2003, 2004, somewhere around in there. But if anyone's familiar with Modest Mouse, they definitely took inspiration from this song right here that I'm about to play from him. It's straight up just called "The Good Times Are Killing Me."
1, 2, 3, 4. I heard all I wanna hear. I've seen more than I can stand. I'm dying of whiskey and beer.
Hell yeah, good old Channel 4.
I ain't got no friends around. I'm dying to find the answer. I'm dying to be set free. I'm dying to find the answer. And the good times are killing me. Are killing me. I love more than I should have done.
Like, not only is the song straight up the same title as the Modest Mouse song, "The Good Times Are Killing Me," but you can totally hear that, like, I don't know, just the sound. There's like a lot of like overlays with like the sound that sounds a lot like some Modest Mouse songs.
That was my big mistake.
Hell yeah, Jello Putin. Oh yeah, absolutely bike path. It never will.
I'm dying to find the answer. I'm dying to be set free. I'm dying to find the answer. And the good times are killing me. They're killing me. Oh. I'm bragged of what I've seen. I'm boasted of what I've done. I lied when I should have spoke the truth. And now I'm out of fun. I'm trying to find the answer. I'm dying to be set free. I'm dying to find the answer.
I mean, yeah, there's an underground punk scene. I played in a punk band for a little bit years ago, and there's a bunch of punk bands who would come around and play at the like little like venues that we had and stuff. But it was mostly just like pop punk, like pizza punk. You know, just like, whoa, let's eat some pizza, punk rock, party every night. And it wasn't really just like, you know, I don't know. It was really poppy. Everybody, whoever we saw that came through who played and stuff, they were all very, very poppy. We saw P-Lander Z. P-Lander Z came through there once, and that was probably like the coolest. Are they punk? They're kind of punk, I guess. They're very pop punk, Japanese pop punk. But P-Lander Z came through once.
And the good times are killing me.
Right, Caustic? It's very, very simple, but Cyrex would never be able to do it. Such a simple guitar riff. It's not like very complex or anything, but you know, it's just like raw. It is what it is. Nice. All right. And then this is like some of the like more modern stuff. This is only from a year ago. So this is probably like the newest thing that he's actually made.
With a Chatham force by land, sea and sky,
I know, rest in peace. That's so sad, Rob. Like, I'm wondering who did it. It fucking sucks. Absolutely, Alex. Yeah, it might not be masterful, it may not be the best, but yeah, it's something. There's something to it, you know? He doesn't care about any of that, he's just doing what he wants to do. That's all that really matters, you know? That's pretty cool. I think that's a bunch of records that he put on a bunch of boats and just put them out into the river. So, like, maybe you can find, like, a record. One of his records on a boat floating down the river somewhere. Cool. Oh, hell yeah, Mr. Sacco. They used to, like, break out a little trampoline so you can, like, jump on it and, like, crowd surf. That was... Shit, when was that? Maybe 2009, 2010. Around then. That's when there was, like, a little bit of a little underground punk scene. But not as much anymore. But thank you everybody for, like, hanging out and watching this one. I know it was a little different, not necessarily like a as crazy or intense person, but I thought maybe somebody should shed a little bit of light on him because he's got some decent music, you know? I'm a fan of his bluesy, country-ish type stuff. So thank you everybody. Thank you for hanging out, Shiloh, Mr. Sacco, Doc Holliday, Rob Hill, Alex, Jello Putin, Bike Path to Enlightenment, Frostmouth, Pico Chiquito, Fall of the 11th, Dinosaur, George Lucas, Light Grove, Salty Wizard, Bronx Beats, Chester, Larvitar, Dante, Meatman, Tyler, Jamie Rose, JDX the Kid, Joe, Old School Degrassian, Orson, Mark Withers, and thank you for subscribing, Jordan Truxton, and Pocket Full of Shells, and thank you, Light Grove, for the super chat. I definitely appreciate it. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you guys later. Hell yeah, Gilgamark, thank you. Thanks for hanging out, too. Backwoods Ava Grande, thank you. I'll see you guys later.